Good Morning America produced this segment called Are Men Less Likely to Date Smart Women? And, well, over here, we believe in the bell curve, right? Like, on average, men have more idiots and more geniuses, whereas women, on whole, can carry an average intelligence. But there's different types of intelligence, you know? So, no one's equal. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and intelligence is definitely amongst them. Now, at the biological level, our whole thing as dudes is hey, can she carry the baby to term and then make sure it doesn't die within the first few years? Bang, that's as smart as we need you. But one of the things that has really creeped into, American culture is this idea that, women are like that we are equal. And here's the thing, equal under the eyes of the law. Definitely. I would never want an opportunity to be taken away from anybody if they so desire to go after it, right? But we fail to take into account human female nature, which is hypergamous, which it looks for, the best, their best potential mate, the same way, but which is a completely different way than men, at a biological level look for a potential mate. But with us placing ladies in this position, yeah, there's been a pretty huge trade-off. So without further ado, let's get into this.
On to our series Modern Romance and a look at a new study that finds while men may like the idea of women being smarter than them, in reality, well, they're less likely to want to date them.
Here's the deal. Because if a woman is sitting there just, how do I put it? Like, ladies, you get a little booster and you tend to be a little tyrannical or like to do a little rubbing too hard. And depending on how hot the female is, it's like, I don't care. It really is a matter of attractiveness. Because the younger and better looking a woman is, the more likely a man would be to put up with her, put up with his stuff. So if we're talking about women in their 30s who, oh my God, well, I'm smart. I don't need no man. I know better than this, that, and the third. Most men are like, okay, cool, sure, whatever. Just, just pump and dump.
You said you were a stewardess.
And they start with Sex in the City. Oh my God. The woman that played Carrie Bradshaw, she's completely regretted not having children. She was like, oh man, I really messed that up. I did a video on it way back.
Testing a theory. Remember when Miranda dumbed down to get a date?
As a lawyer, a partner, no less, I got 0 dates. And as a stewardess, I got one for tomorrow night.
Well, ladies, turns out
that was a written show. Like, what the hell? Like, why is that an example? You can't particularly use articles of fiction where someone sat down and wrote the dialogue and had that interaction go in the way that they so desired when they wrote the dialogue. Yeah, you can't use that as a basis for damn near anything. It's one of my big hang-ups on the Bible.
those fears aren't fiction. According to a recent
yeah, that chick was definitely a 35%. Let's check this out. Ooh, no. Yes, green top up front. Well, maybe two green top up front. I'm not sure. It's a little blurry. Ooh, the black hair, blue top. Ooh, blonde, green top. I'm not sure about the blonde with the blue top next to her. Shorty in the black top behind them though. That's okay. There's like, is that a guy behind Shorty in the black top with the brunette hair? Anybody else? Ooh, curly head with the plaid on. Okay, nice. Oh, Shorty with the mini poof up top. Either ways, yeah. So back to it. Like, this is just like a random, like, who knows what this is? Probably like, I guess, a college course, but somebody nano look like they there.
study, women with brains are at the top of the turnoff list.
Some men are intimidated by women who they feel outperform them, that it somehow diminishes their masculinity.
Wow. See, okay, let's stop listening to women. Like, why are we listening to women when it comes to men? Because, different brains. And why are we listening to women when it comes to women? Because they hate each other. Deal is, is that it's not about the masculinity part. It's about that providing part. I've said this on this channel a million times. If a woman is, women are happily pricing themselves out of the market, and there's nothing wrong with that, sweetheart. But accept that reality that when you sit there and you make, like millions of dollars, like a Rihanna, then no, you're not going to be able to deal with the average regular guy. Not like that, because eventually resentment will set in.
Researchers from 3 universities looked at a group of 105 undergraduate men and found that while they liked the idea of a woman who displayed more intelligence than themselves, when it came to dating, they got cold feet.
Keyword, displayed, right? Like, here's the thing, ladies. Be smart enough to keep the baby safe, and really just, how do I put it? There is a way to play it, because I watched my mother play it. My mom had a career. My mom had her children. She literally was able to do like everything that these 2019 bras are claiming that they aren't able to do. But this was actually done in 2015. This is coming from 2015. But this really hasn't changed much at all. And so, like, there is a way to go about it, and it really is putting children and having that desire first. But we live in this culture where it's like, no, girl, it's like, they want you indoctrinated. They want the girls playing AAU ball so they can get turned out. I've seen it. I've not seen it, but this has been a very, very potent story when it comes to a lot of the organizations, particularly in urban America. Like, yikes. But either ways, ladies, it's not about the, like, how do I put it? Because it's not a matter of you being intelligent. It's about a matter of you being young and, smart. We like smart. We like banter. I mean, shoot, a woman that can banter, sarcasm is a tell of intelligence, right? And a woman that can banter is a lot of fun. But there is such a time as, like, look, you don't know everything. How about you let me lead? And there's a lot of women who are of the mindset that, oh no, I'm super smart and I can lead. And it's like, okay, best of luck to you. But any man worth a shit is not gonna follow. You just can't.
But if Beyonce taught us anything,
okay, I gotta turn up. Why does everybody use copyrighted content? Ooh, go ahead, Beyonce, claim this shit if you want. I'm gonna be mad.
All right, here with me now, editor-in-chief of Glamour magazine, Cindy Levy, and we were just having some levity here because I said my husband hates it when I beat him at Scrabble. How do you feel about this study overall?
Well, my first feeling when I heard about this study was just to check the calendar and make sure we were not still in 1952, because
oh my goodness, they're not still in 1952. Oh my god, it's a thing called human nature. And it's so dismissive of the masculine, of that, I want to be stronger than you. I want to be able to provide, protect, and impress you with strength and, knowledge and the like. And so when you sit there and you start flexing what you think is your intelligence, because let's be real, like, a lot of the female mind is so malleable. It can believe anything. All right, when a woman has a lie that she's convinced herself of, bruh, there is no breaking it. There is no, oh man, no. That, like, she believes it. Okay, like, women can commit to that lie, and unfortunately in 2019 they can commit to the lie a lot easier than they can commit to the man. Let's go.
I did think we were kind of past that idea that as a woman you have to let the guy be the star in all situations.
It's not about being a star, it's about being a leader, darling. Like, that's the thing. It's not on you to lead, whether you want to accept it or not. Not in your family, yes, because that's really, like, when it comes to nature, that is the way that it's supposed to be. Like, shoot, ma, you take care of the kids while dad goes out and makes the money and brings in the bacon and stuff like that. But we have set up this country, and not just this country, but even the UK, and this is why the whole Brexit thing and what's his name, Boris Johnson and the left has really taken huge L's as of late, because you guys are pushing these ideas that aren't conducive to a society that's legitimately worth the shit. If anything, it's just a drawback after drawback.
I'm feeling quite honestly is that if this is how undergraduate men feel, good luck to them, because the truth of it is now women are earning more college degrees than men. If you're a woman in your 20s, there's
Actually, the last time that men were men were outpacing women in college was my birthday in 1981. Like, was the year I was born, 1981. For the past damn near 4 decades, women have been outpacing men. And now we look up and we're seeing the consequences of that through all the broken homes and, people coming up with just like completely broken within themselves. Yeah, we're seeing the consequences to all your feminism, darling. And honestly, this is not spectacular.
really good chance you're going to be making the same amount or more money than the guy you're in a relationship with. And
she will eventually resent being in that position. She will eventually resent being in that position, guaranteed, hands down.
Men are just going to have to get used to that at some point.
They are going to have to get used to it. I guess I'm at the table.
And you hear that, how dismissive this heifer is, right? I mean, don't get it twisted. I probably stroke her a few times, but the deal is that that's dismissive as hell. Like, well, men are just going to have to get used to it. Okay, darling, here's the deal. Because she's clearly past the wall. Like, this is no longer, like, your domain. But this is how she makes her bread, by pushing these narratives out. So ultimately, yeah, you're a horrible human being.
I'm not intimidated.
Go for it.
We did do this online survey, and you see a real gender gap. We asked our male viewers, would you date a woman who's smarter than you are? 87% said yes, 13% said no, but...
See, here's the thing, though. Like, it's not would you date a woman who is smarter than you? Once again, there's different types of intellect. So, it's finding someone who's smart enough to be compatible with you more than anything else.
And when we asked a follow-up question to everybody, men and women together, are men intimidated by smart women? 79% said yes.
Once again, what's a smart woman? And I asked that, what's a smart person? A lot of people, get born on third base and act like they hit a homer, act like they hit a triple. So what is a smart woman? What's a smart man? So many things, particularly when it pertains to life, is circumstantial. So, yeah, when it comes to smart women, the degrees that she has, cool. But, I mean, have your degrees made you happy? Are you enjoying being alone? So how smart is that? How smart is it to forego, the whole family thing and listen to the cultural conditioning that's been taking place here in the West for the past 40, 50 years?
1%
yeah,
no.
So someone's not telling the truth there. I mean, I think what this shows is that men, and particularly in this study, young men, do know that they should be down with the idea. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yes. Young men just... Don't listen to women when they try to think for men, because they're terrible at it. They don't have balls. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't listen to most men when they talk about thinking for men, because there's usually some type of profit to be made out of it. I'm sorry, but no. At the biological level, it really, all the degrees, all the, all those attributes, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. If the only thing that really matters is that resentment does eventually grow, and thusly that breaks the relationship. Particularly, okay, and let's take the money. Let's say you got a woman that's making $120,000 a year. She meets a guy that's making $60,000-$70,000 a year. Then, oh my goodness, she gets pregnant. She has maternity pay and stuff like that. But at the same time, that's still a big dip that's going to happen in the finances. And she gonna be looking at him like, oh, well, you ain't crap, and next thing you know, somebody's on child support, and boom, it is what it is. So, this notion that, hypergamy isn't a thing is something that's really done America no favors.
Exactly. But listen, these are gender norms that have been around for millennia, the idea about what men should be and what women should be, and sometimes it takes a while to change.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I hate, this is a big part of the reason why they put so many females into academia, because they wouldn't objectively look at the gender science that, you know, John Money put out there and be like, oh wait, this is bullshit. That's the thing about the whole of the academia, is that it's just like a lot of people who have convinced themselves of nonsense. And okay, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and spread my nonsense without that many people to sit here and to combat it and say, no, this, stop, cut it out. It's like, oh well, this has been around for millennia, so here we, like, how arrogant is that? Like, oh man, I just got here to Earth, not gonna be here for very long in the grand scheme of things, right? We all die, so none of us are here very long in the grand scheme of things. So thusly, I'm gonna be able to flip over every natural biological urge and notion in my short time here. I'm gonna spend my time on Earth trying to do that. Wow, the arrogance of man.
So what is your advice to women when they see this study? Date older men?
Well, maybe if you can't find a 22, I mean, this study was done on undergraduates. If you can't find a 22-year-old guy who's comfortable with your intelligence, go find a 32-year-old guy who is.
Well, that's the thing. See, here's the problem, because it's just like fishing. It's no different than those psychics from back in the day who would just be guessing. Like, this woman's just guessing. Everybody is, for the most part. They just refuse to tell you, and that's nonsense. But yeah, stop thinking for dudes. And as far as like thinking for chicks, like, females will always have a buffet of schmeat just waiting for them. It's just, it's her choice. She really does decide, and this is all females. There is no such thing as a safe female. I mean, Honey Boo Boo's mom got pregnant, guys. Like, there are, you yourself, I myself have limits, right? But trust me, there are guys that don't. So cream pies happen every day. Anyways, I think we're just about done here. Hold on, let's finish with the rest of what they got to say.
Honestly, my advice to women is no advice to women. Keep being awesome.
And how about for men who may?
Wow, no advice to women. Just keep being awesome. Oh my god. Ladies, you've been hoodwinked, you've been run amok, you've been bamboozled. Like, so she's just trying to sell her book.
Have this bias but not know it.
Well, I think you need to think about, okay, well, if I'm theoretically comfortable.
Advice for women: if he can't handle your intelligence, he's not the right guy. Don't hide your great qualities for fear of rejection. Keep this study in perspective. Ladies, okay, here's the thing. And I am coming from a place of experience, all right? Most times, that big, profound thought that you have, it's just not, it really is, it's not helpful. It really isn't. And if you take a minute, particularly with the sense stick of your choice, catch a meeting for a second, then have them break it down for you, you'll be like, oh wait, no, yeah, you're right. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Trust me, I've done the research. Keep this study in perspective. Okay, whatever.
With being in a woman who might do better than me on certain things, then I have to know that's going to happen in reality. I mean, listen, there's a great line by Sheryl Sandberg that for a woman, the most important career decision you make is who you marry. There are great examples now of men who are...
And when you marry them, and how many partners you have before you marry them, because the more partners that a woman has before marriage, the less likely that marriage is going to be to really stick, because of pair bonding and oh man, there's definitely better strokes out there, so yeah, golly, terrible advice.
Supporting their wives and have tremendously happy marriages as a result.
Very well said. Cindy, thanks so much.
Oh my god, ABC, Disney, you guys are awful. She's not terrible looking, but where's the one with the pretty eyes? So we finish this one up. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, this is a big part of the cultural conditions that I talk about, because they know that they are traditionally they're catering to a female audience, and unfortunately there's also a lot of guys who try to like have this on as well, like ABC, ABC network television is all over in the doctor's offices and things like that, and this is a big part of how the misinformation just spreads, and the ideas and thoughts of, oh, well, you know what, girl, go ahead, you don't need no man, particularly after you get pregnant. I mean, come on, you're strong and independent. It's just like, nah, like, nah, because it's not about what you need, it's about what that kid needs, and that kid needs, like, both the father. How could you be so selfish? But this is a big part of the reason how is because they've been taught, like, this is, like I said, this has been culturally conditioned since even before I was born in 81, but for a really long time. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. And you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and like, aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here. Bang the bell for notifications. Because, I'm not going after any of these people. I'm just going after the ideas. And that's the point. Alright? So YouTube, don't come after my channel like that. I don't bully or harass anybody. I just call it how I see it. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. And are you too smart? Are you scared to date a smart woman? Bruh. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until the next one.